All right, welcome back. Now time for us to get into politics. Good morning, welcome back. My name is Victor Lo. The date is 8th of December 2025. We are slowly coming to the end of the year, and let's talk about this. But before that, let me welcome my guest, Dr. Peter Mbai. He is a gentleman who is not new to Jerusalem. Dr. Good morning.
Well, good morning to you, Victor.
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
You look relaxed.
Well, here I am.
You look relaxed.
Well,
I don't know why I didn't see you in the last 1 month.
No, well.
Hauko unapatikana, my brother.
Oh, you know where you are, you know?
I don't know.
I was in Bele.
Yes.
We were part of the troops on the ground. Yeah, and we did what we did.
You did well.
And we experienced what we experienced. Yes.
How was it now that DCP is just 6 months old and you threw yourself into the deep waters and you tested the ground?
Yeah, to start with, we fielded 5 candidates, right? And we got 3. That is a very good plus by any chance. That's about 75% win. Yeah, we got MCA Kariobangi, we got MCA Narok Town, we got MCA Kakamega. First of all the people who have been saying that DCP is a village party, it's there to be seen. This is not about talking now. I mean, nobody has spoken about that issue ever since then. Because we were able to field candidates. We came as a strong second in Purko, Kajiado County. We came a strong second in the Magarini, that is in Coast. I mean, we did what we could. And in Bere, of course, we supported the DP party. Yeah. We supported DAPK in Maraba, where we had a very strong candidate again, whom we withdrew. So that's what we are saying. It's no longer about, we are talking about a national party. Yes. Of course, Bere had his own challenges and Maraba. That was, you know, there's something we called leaguing, there's something we called steering, but that was robbery with violence. I mean, that's what happened.
What did you say?
Robbery with violence. We thought we went...
There's rigging, there's stealing, and...
Yes, and there is robbery with violence. Where you literally now, you're not even careful. You remember the late president said, even in rigging, you need intelligence. You remember that, eh? So here is not where you try to play around with the voters, entice them with something. Yeah. This is open robbery with violence. How? When you walk into a police station and literally take off with a whole ballot box, which is not counted. What do you call that? By a senior cabinet secretary. What do you call that? That's not legal. That is robbery in broad daylight. Captured on, you don't even feel that people are capturing you on video. Yeah, that's it. So that's what the people are going to court with. And we expect the court to pronounce itself on this issue. Yeah. That's what happened. A
judge has been appointed to hear that matter.
Yes, sir.
All right. Peter Mbai, Dr. is Secretary, Planning and Economic Affairs boss at DCP Party. Next to him is Oscar Mondi, who is a political and governance expert. He's also University Don. Oscar, good morning.
Good morning, Victor.
Yes.
And I'm grateful to be with you here to discuss issues like whatever Peter Mbai is putting across. His frustration, I'm sorry, bro. Whatever happened, that is what happens in Jerusalem. Probably you've never known. This is what happens. This is normal.
It's like you're telling Dr. to keep a boy. No.
I mean, he's never... probably Peter Mbai, in his political career, he's never gone through this before. So he's new to this. So what happens is that the ideal situation of how elections should be done in Kenya is different from what Peter Mbai has been saying. This is realistic, what happens actually, in reality. So when people have been complaining about election rigging, about us struggling with election systems, election reforms, and the late Raila Odinga died fighting for the changes. He was the guy who went into serious litigations to bring back order to our election system for many years of his life. He was always fighting for election reforms, but Peter Mbai and the group were against all this time. But now if Peter Mbai and his team now takes the mantle to start fighting for election reforms, we are in a good situation. Yeah. Okay. Unless Peter Mbai and his friends come to fight for election reforms, Kenya will never change.
Oh, just hold that. Mheshimiwa Pitorero, representing the great people of Kibra, is also here with us. Mheshimiwa, good morning.
Morning.
It's been a while as well.
Yeah,
Karibu sana.
It's been a while.
Yes.
But you're here. Now we are on recess.
Ah, yes.
Official recess.
We need to have some rest.
Yeah.
The also time we talked, you were also up and about. I think you're the same platform with Peter Mbai, but different camps. Kariobangi, Magarini, you're all over. It must have been a tough one. It's like we were going for a general election.
Yeah, it was almost like a testing ground
Yes.
for the main election. We had many MCAs being elected and also 5 or so MPs, 5 MPs being elected. I'm just surprised that my friend has never been in the deep waters. At this time he experienced what the political climate in this country is. Yesterday I read an article in the Nation newspaper.
Yes.
And I think his party leader, when he was being accused of utterances that are not consistent with the political climate in this country, he said that he is a very focused man and knows that politics is not a church. It is not a wedding. And he knows that politics requires muscle. And that was his party leader.
Yes.
That it is not a church, it is not a wedding. So what he experienced is the reality on the ground about the political situation in this country. When you see some of these politicians and you ask them what they have gone through during the political maneuvering, they will tell you that that was just, it's the normal way of doing politics in this country. I don't really want to echo what my friend Oscar has talked about, but I just want to reiterate that really, as ODM political party, we have been fighting for these reforms for a very long time. Very, very long time. In fact, they have been in the advisory committee of the late Baba since 2013. And Baba never subscribed to mediocrity. People did not know. He entirely relied on meritocracy and involved high-level political thinkers, the intellectuals, who would shape up his ideologies in terms of political policies. And people did not know this. So when they experience what we have been experiencing for a long time, I welcome them to this platform. If we combine efforts, then we'll have a flawless political structures, that an enabling environment where everybody will agree that this is the reforms that we require as a country so that we have flawless political contests. So I think, Daktari, welcome to this environment that we have gone through it. Even my friend here I know has gone through it. Before I became an MP, I also went for a by-election. And the same happened to me. And I experienced, so when I came back, I was more informed, I was more prepared, I knew the ropes that I could hold. So you are 6 months party.
We need a welcoming party to the club for Daktari. For Daktari. A welcoming party. Gentlemen, let's go through the front page of the local dailies very fast. Starting with you, Oscar. What's the front page of the newspaper you have? That's Daily Nation. Just raise it up. Front page, what does it say? How Russian? Go ahead.
Oh, how Russian agents lure Kenyans to war. I think it's about the war happening in Russia. And I think young Kenyans are being recruited to join the war in Russia. I think the war has taken too long, and the people who are fighting in the war are getting exhausted, because sometimes war exhausts. So because of globalization and because people are working, and war is part of work, and there's the war economy, I think Kenyans or young people can be lured to that, because also the frustration of lack of unemployment. You know, we have a serious issues of youth unemployment in the country, which is a disaster, and we are quoting a disaster which is going to blow very soon. I don't know if we will pass 2027 if we have those number of youths hanging on the streets. You remember, Agenda 4 of Kofi Annan was youth unemployment, because from whatever Kofi Annan and group did here, they had 4 agendas. There was the reform, the institutional reforms, election reforms that we are taking with the body here, because we brought in Kriegler to make sure that our elections have sanity and hygiene, which over the years since Kofi Annan, that was in 2007, till today. In 2027, it will be 10 years since Kofi Annan was 20. 20 years. Yes, 20 years since Kofi Annan was here. We've never finished working on the 4 agendas. Agenda 1 was that let us restore, because there was war in Burnt Forest and Kibera and whatever. let us stop the direct
Why
conflict.
do you people like talking about Kibra every time? Why don't you give another example?
It was a hotspot in 2007.
Okay.
Yeah, Burnt Forest, I've talked about Burnt Forest. Why did, yeah, so Kibra was not anymore. It is settled down now. And Kondele was a hotspot, settled down now. Now, again, after that, there was the reforms of land reforms, which, you know, were institutional reforms, which we had to reform the prisons, the police, and all this, and the new constitution coming into place. We've put a new constitution, although we've not really fully implemented, again, the new constitution. The problem of implementation of the new constitution is that we went through a program, and from Wako draft to Kilifi draft, you know, all that stuff that happened, and Kenyans decided, including my friend Daktari here, to give the individuals who opposed the new constitution to implement it. Uhuru Kenyatta and Deputy William Ruto by then had not been so much supportive of the new constitution, but they got the chance to implement it. So the implementation has had a problem because people who didn't have the DNA of that constitution, Raila Odinga was not given a chance to implement the new constitution. So we've had a problem with devolution, we've had a problem with exactly institutional reforms, and we're still getting back now to the center. And you know, Kenyans, when they gave themselves the new constitution, really wanted devolution and really wanted to, yes, but we are focusing and going back to the center. For example, you know, one of the ministries called Health Ministry has been fully devolved. And if it's fully devolved, that means that SHA and everything should be done by the devolved units.
Based on what's on the front page, last week I had a discussion here with the PS for, that is Judith Pereno, PS for State Department for Justice and Human Rights and Constitutional Affairs, and she said that the government is working, it's a government-to-government engagement to ensure that Kenyans who are allegedly recruited in the Russian war front are brought back home. So there's a discussion, and yes, she said that there are a number of Kenyans who are out there. So they really want to know whether they are there willingly, they got recruited in the right manner, or you know,
but Victor, that is too
that's what's happening.
That is too little, too late. Those are lethargic government responses. You can't tell us whether they went there willingly or not. People are picked here to go and do other jobs. When they get there, they are recruited into army. Look, who gives agencies their licenses to take people out? It's government. They know they are crooks, but they are just there because some of these agencies are owned by senior people in government. Let's not pretend we don't know what is the root cause of this problem. Please, I don't think you are going to sit here begin thinking, oh, we don't know how they went, whether willingly. We know that agencies is a big business run by senior people. This is actually like trafficking, human trafficking. You get people here in the premise you're going to get a job, right? When you get there, you are told now, sign contracts, and you don't understand, and they're in Russia. So please, government should take responsibility of the people who are dying there and people who are suffering, because they are the ones who license the agencies. They know the agencies are crook. They are crooks, but then nothing is happening to them. So who do you blame? The buck goes back to it's government who is supposed to protect its people. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, Mushima, front page of the Standard.
Wild beasts blockade.
Wild beasts blockade.
Yeah, I think it has something to do with the Masai Mara. And it is that presidential directive allowing hotelier, the Ritz-Carlton to erect structures within the migration corridors. A move experts warn could disrupt the fragile ecosystem. Conservationists are beside themselves with consternation as they seek court orders to hold decision that offers only short-term financial gains for a handful of powerful government figures.
Yeah.
You know, these wonders of the world and this migration of wild beasts has always been now put as, is it the 8th wonders of the world? And if you go to Masai Mara, when the migration is now, you will see that if there is any interference with this ecosystem, then we would, this will really be destroyed. We will not have any movement of these wild beasts. And you know, it is, I think, from Tanzania borders to Kenya borders. And this is one of the tourist attractions in this country. And many people bring a lot of foreign money for our country. I have no evidential background. I don't have tangible evidence to claim knowledge on this. But if it were true, then it should be stopped.
Yeah.
So that we conserve our wild.
There's a lot of concern even from the area locals there, who are they say the rightful owners, the Maasais and the community. There's a lot of back and forth with Ritz-Carlton, one of the biggest entrepreneurs in the world, building a hotel there in the Masai Mara. So we just wait for
Victor, I don't know why the member of parliament, because we had advantage in this panel to have a sitting member of parliament, because this matter has been in the public space for the last 1 month since it was launched, and the president went to commission it. But one thing I'm happy, and one thing very interesting here is that the broad-based people, they have a way of balancing things and leaving things somewhere in the middle. You know, we don't have facts. We live in there are things that we know in the public, that this hotel was built in a corridor, literally, where the wildebeest pass. That is information in the public. Number two, there is a letter there written by the president exempting, because there is a general policy, you don't build a hotel in the corridor. It's there in the conservation, whatever area. Then the president writes a letter for this particular hotel, to build a hotel right in the middle. The question people, Kenyans are asking, who is the owner of this hotel? We know in this country where there's some face there, but the owners are hidden somewhere. Very powerful people in this government who owns the hotel. So we are asking, Victor, you come to this country, Victor, you are given some responsibility to lead the country or to be in some leadership positions. But remember, there are people who have been there since time immemorial, and others are going to be there after you. You should come, be a good steward of what you find, and then leave. But when you come now and you begin deconstructing everything you found, this is dangerous. But it is coming from the president. He's the one who is saying, put a hotel there. He actually went to launch it. And people are thinking he has some connection of ownership there. That's what people are saying, not me. So what should be done? We are going to go to court. Very simple. You are going to destroy that hotel, to demolish it, because you cannot come. Wait.
You and who?
When I say we, the United Opposition. The United Opposition. Because you cannot come and say, because you are
how are you going to destroy it?
No, it's going to come down because it's through a court order. You cannot, in short, let's go to the principle.
Okay.
The principle is this: you cannot, because you are the president or one of the senior leaders in this country, come and destroy a legacy that has been there since we knew about wildebeest migration. That's the principle. So how you go about it, if you cannot, on your own as government, know that it is ideal or it is immoral, unethical, illegal, unconstitutional to do a hotel in the midst of the pathway. We'll go to court to ask the judges to kindly help us, to help the government to know that it is illegal. It is very unfortunate, Victor. If I come here, my leader, myself, okay, I'm looking, for example, to vie for Senate in Nakuru. I should come there and steward the what I find the public property in Nakuru until the time I am a leader. Then I leave, because I'm not the last one to be on this earth. I leave it to other people to continue. This is dangerous.
Okay.
We cannot kill our country like this.
Right.
But unfortunately, our leaders here will say, we don't have facts. We are still studying. We are waiting for reports to come in the progress.
Let's welcome.
I just wanted to tell him that
But let's welcome
he's
Michael
being
Muya.
too ambitious with his wordings.
One second.
No,
Michael Muya,
that is my opinion. This is an opinion show.
just a minute. Michael Muya, karibu sana.
Asante sana.
You ditched KANU. Why? To Wiper.
KANU and Wiper, we are together.
Oh.
Only Gideon is going to broad base, but we are not very sure where we are. We were all in Azimio.
Okay.
So KANU and Wiper, they are together.
I get the point.
Azimio,
Okay, let's get Mheshimiwa 1 minute before you take a break.
We are working around Kalonzo within KANU. Forget about Gideon as the chair. He went alone. He didn't go with the party. He went alone. And KANU, of course, sits on its own, but supports. We are far right centered party.
Right.
So we are more aligned to Kalonzo.
Okay.
And
Let's get
Wiper.
Mheshimiwa. You have 1 minute to respond to that before we take a break.
Yeah, I was just saying that, as a sitting legislator, I cannot come here publicly to say what I don't have evidence on. Because we make laws in Parliament. We analyze and also defend. And I cannot come and say that I'm going to bring this thing down. But maybe through court order, And that is a different arm of the government. We have three arms of the government. So if the courts, the judiciary, finds it that this is illegal, which of course, if it is in the corridors where we have migration, of course it is illegal. It interferes with the ecosystem in that region. That is why I'm saying that if we have enough evidential background, then we can take that legal action. So, and my friend Peter, you know, we are namesakes and we have been here together.
But again, something surprises me about the member of parliament here. Then what does parliament do?
I am saying that, but this is what we do. We make laws.
Mheshimiwa, why are you sitting in the fence?
I'm not sitting in the fence. I'm saying if this,
where there is
if we have representation from that region, and they have come out boldly about this, their area member of parliament, the people in Masai Mara.
Masai Mara does not belong to the people who live there. Masai Mara belongs to Kenyans, and you represent us as a nation.
Let me tell you one thing, that because of the devolution, we have certain concepts that are only concerned with the region, because they have been demanding that whatever is the revenue that is collected from Masai Mara should go to their county. It is a demand that they have put forward as members of parliament and leaders of that area, which I fully support, that this Masai Mara is found in their county, and whatever revenue is collected there should be injected in their county. Masai Mara is found in that region.
Yes.
And what we need to do, we have legislative gaps that has not been filled in terms of devolution. My friend said very well that those who are implementing this constitution did not have the genes for this. So if we fill those gaps, the constitutional gaps about the revenue of this.
Let's take a 30 seconds break, then we come back. I'll circle back with you, Mheshimiwa, because now you're seriously sitting on the crossfire on behalf of your
That
people.
is why I'm here.
Exactly.
I actually want to chip.
We'll right back. Stay with us.
In the shortest possible
All right,
time.
welcome back. Now, let's get into our substantive discussion now. In the studio, I have Dr. Peter Mbai, who is a Secretary, Planning and Economic Affairs, DCP Party. Oscar Mondi is a political and governance expert. He's also a political and university lecturer. Honorable Peter Rero, representing the great people of Kibra constituency, and Michael Muya, who is a politician, a gentleman who just ditched Kwanu and joined Wiper. But he says that this same house, it is okay. He's also a political analyst. Gentlemen, let's do this. Now, let me start by you, Mike. Now, what has it that Kalonzo Musyoka is gaining a lot of momentum? That.
Yes, I think where he sits today as Kalonzo Musyoka, he has never sat as a presidential candidate like he seated today. Kalonzo now sits like the serious presidential candidate against the sitting government, which is Ruto. And he sits very well, and he has never sat like that politically. He has tried to be a president, but he has never ever sat like he seated today. But there is a question here. As much as he's seated, and we have seen from the by-elections we have had right now and the government system, how the government systems worked around the elections in Bere, and then the elections we had in the members of parliament. You look at it, the government is sitting very well. And it is not very easy to also dethrone a sitting president. He should not find comfort around where he's seated as Kalonzo Musyoka, as the leader of opposition. He needs to go a little bit further and then realize and look and come around what Ruto did to become the president. He's seated well and good, but there is a lot of groundwork to be done by him as the presidential candidate, and the people around him. They need to really come out very strong around making him a president. It is not as easy as it looked. We've had Raila, very strong and enigma. But Raila has lost elections almost 3 times. I don't know, he won some, he lost. But he has never become the president of his country. Like Kalonzo sits today, he looks the possible president, the future president. People are talking of 1 term, 2 term. But it is not as easy as it looks. he really needs to come out strong. I support him. He's a very great man. He can make a difference in this country as a person. I really appreciate the kind of a person he is. But he really needs to go a step further to make himself the president to be, if he is going to be. But he still sits there at the fence, and maybe
Victor, really, you know, sometimes I like hitting straight from the hip.
Go ahead.
We had an opportunity in these recent by-elections. A serious presidential candidate should have fielded candidates. If 6 months old DCP fielded candidates in this by-election, my friend in the Wiper party never fielded. And if they fielded, the candidates faded away. In politics, you are not given. You take leadership, you grab. I have not seen my friend Kalonzo Musyoka remove the gloves. When is he going to remove the gloves? Why would you sit pretty for people to give you leadership in this country as a president? What difference are you going to make? You know, people don't have history of this country. Kalonzo Musyoka, during President Moi's time, was a conformist.
Yeah.
He worked with Moi for a very long time. And the tenets, the kind of political behavior that he portrays now, he must have inherited from the Moi era. And he has served in all this political environment. When Kibaki came, he served as the vice president of President Kibaki. So he has been in this system for a very long time. In my own heart, what change do we expect with Kalonzo as a presidential candidate? He must come out to tell Kenyans what he wants as the president of this country. He must come out full-blown so that Kenyans can see that he's an alternative presidential candidate. But up to now, he does not feature anywhere as a presidential candidate. He is sitting pretty for Wamunyoro to bring his people to support him,
my chance,
so that he attains
I know
the
that I'm going to disagree with you. Order. You're being unfair.
And I can tell you for sure that all presidential candidates work hard to be presidents. Start with Obama, start with Biden, Trump, come to Kenya, look at how Raila has tried 5 times with the people behind him, and he was never a president. He was only the people's president in this country. So we only have 2 years, and somebody is sitting pretty, including his very close confidant, saying that he needs to go out, remove the gloves, and go to this country. Why didn't Wiper field candidates to test ground in Ugunja, in Magharibi, in where?
Talk of that.
Yes.
Rigathi Gachagua invited ODM for a discussion with him, and if you're not comfortable with having a discussion with him, then you can have a discussion with Kalonzo Musyoka. He invited you to the United Opposition.
Let me tell you, I have very little respect for Rigathi Gachagua as a person.
Oscar.
Yeah,
I'll come back to that.
Yes. What happens? Your question. If I go back to your question.
Yes.
That is Kalonzo Musyoka's star rising now? That was the question that you asked. I think it is true. Kalonzo Musyoka's star is rising now because of the dynamics therein. For the first time, you know, when we started in 1963 and what have you, the Luo, tribal politics were earlier. The Luo and the Kikuyu have always been together and could always build government. From even the Grand Coalition, Kibaki, when Raila says Kibaki Tosha, and now it happens. For the first time, really. The community called the Luo community, where I come from, don't have a presidential candidate that is seen at this time. Because when you do opinion counts, it's not like elections. Elections is when we measure the voter behavior. But now we are doing opinion counts. If Stateman comes to ask you today, they ask you, who will be the president now, not in 2027, in case elections are held today?
Yes.
That is what they ask. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Not in 2027. 2027 can be another game changer because we never know who gets to 2027. But when we ask the question is, who could be the president now if elections are held today? Right? And that's the question you're asking, if Kalonzo Musyoka's star is rising. Yeah. I think it is rising because of the dynamics therein. The Kikuyu community, the Luo community, don't have presidential candidates. Among the 4 big communities in Kenyan politics today, we have the Kamba community, we have the Kalenjin community, we have the Kikuyu community, we have the Luo community. The 4 big tribes before you come down there. Give it.
What about the Luya?
The Luya is a big community, but see, the Luya, Professor Were here tried writing about the history of the Luya, but it was a bit...
They are a bit divided.
Yes, it's a bit dismissed. No, just the history of the Luya. There's nothing called the Luya. It doesn't exist.
Luya is not a tribe.
It's not a tribe. Yeah,
no.
It's not a tribe. So what happens is...
It is not.
That's the thing.
Yeah, it is. It's not a tribe.
Okay. Bethwell, I will take you to come to class then. I don't want to go to that because of time. What Bethwell wrote about the origin of the Luo, the Bethwell tried to...
And that is the truth.
The origin of the Luo from the 14th century. Professor Were tried to trace the origin of the Luya, but he couldn't trace the origin of the Luya because they are not called the Luya. We have the Bakusus, we have the Maragolis, we have the...
And you know Maragolis and Kisses are brothers, by the way.
The Maragolis
Samia.
Wait now. So what I'm saying, technically, Victor, technically,
Okay, Oscar.
what I'm saying technically, among the four big, even when you're watching EPL, what we normally say is the four big clubs: Liverpool, Arsenal, Manchester United, and Chelsea. All this.
No, you start with Arsenal.
Yeah, okay, whatever. It doesn't want anything.
That's
So
my
the thing
team.
the thing is, Kalonzo has the best chance because now we have a Kalenjin as an incumbent, and we have the Luo here who don't really have a candidate. Rest in peace, Baba. And we have the Kikuyu who is the main guy faced an impeachment, cannot go through an election.
No, there's an appeal. Please, I think
We don't discuss.
so many blunders.
We don't discuss appeals. We can't discuss things in court. You know, you're discussing things in court. Things in court can go either way. I'm saying if elections are held today, again, Mr. Mbai, now I'm talking to you. If elections are held today,
He can't contest.
Yes, he can't contest. So the appeal is in 2027.
Okay.
So I'm saying today. So what I'm saying, Kalonzo Musyoka,
Sits
because
well.
of the dynamics their reign, fits well. Whatever Orero is talking about, Mushime is talking about here, is that he should be able to show, he should be presidential.
Come out.
He should come out and become presidential.
Let's come
but
back to
dynamics
here.
are there in, he has a good chance.
And actually just come around Ruto as a president. How did he become a president?
Thank you.
He really came out.
Let's leave the panel. We are being harassed because we have a lecturer here, and he is literally lecturing us seriously. Even telling us, this isn't to me. That's very serious. You need to protect us.
I'm the expert here,
He's an
I'm very concerned.
governance expert.
No. This is very serious. Now we are being lectured. I'm being told, please listen to me. Like you're in a class. First of all, please, for the purpose of those people who are watching, please ignore all those issues. They are not scientific. The issue to say that Luya is not a community. No. We can't go that direction. We keep that for another day when we also going to come with books. Now, but let me say this. I can't say this.
There is no tribe called Luya. That's what he has said.
No, first of all, we don't talk about where we stand. We don't talk about tribes. We talk about communities. We don't talk about tribes. So it's not politically correct. So let me say this. First of all, the Honorable Kalonzo Musyoka didn't have to field candidates in all the 23 positions.
You had consensus at some point?
Yeah, exactly. He didn't have to show that he's national or presidential. That's number one. Because he went, or most of the places, to campaign anyway. We had an agreement. Magarini do this, but Kalonzo actually was leading our team there. He went to Mbere. Kalonzo was everywhere else. So that's number one.
He was all over.
Two, the Honorable Kalonzo Musyoka, in 2027, Victor, people don't want a one-man show. That I am the president, I can run across what we did in 2022. And that's where we have the problems we have. Because what 2022 happened is a one-man syndrome, where I am the one. People want a 2002 situation. When people will come together and agree, nobody here is better than the other, but we have one man who can lead us as a team. That's where Kalonzo is coming in. Okay? So he's being considered as one of the front runners. He is a presidential candidate for Wiper. Okay? We are going to endorse Rigathi Gachagua as our presidential candidate next year. Martha Karua is a presidential candidate. We are going to have DAPK as a presidential candidate. They are all going to come together, several of them.
That sounds like a decoy, but Rigathi Gachagua at some point said that you're going to have a deal.
Let me be very clear today on this show. Let me be very clear on this show. Rigathi Gachagua is our presidential candidate as DCP, right? Let me be very clear. Then later, they are going to agree on the formation to have one presidential candidate. Let me be very clear. And let me repeat it again here for the purpose of record. Nothing prevents the Honorable Rigathi Gachagua today to vie for presidency. Nothing.
No,
no. Wait,
the law he can.
This is my opinion.
If you talk
because there is an appeal in court
now.
and the court the mechanism has not been exhausted. So number 3, I don't know why suddenly.
Now you realize
when you mentioned, I don't know why.
You're giving him too much time. Say nothing.
When you mentioned about Kalonzo, you can see the pattern. The same words, people are already beginning attacking Kalonzo, especially people in ODM. And I'm wondering, Kalonzo literally stuck with Baba so badly. It was the first time 2017, from 2013, 2017, they made him go for an interview in 2022, which they said he has failed. Surely, if you look at the people down there, the original people in Azimio and ODM, they love Kalonzo because they can see he died with Baba. But the elite, the MPs and people in broad-based, they are fearing Kalonzo. I'm just telling you. They are fearing Kalonzo because they can see he's a man ahead. The same case, they are attacking Rigathi Gachagua. Look at Karuma, what he said. That you see, Kalonzo, we like you, but so they are trying to divide. They are not sure where to stand. But we don't like Gachagua. And I want to say this today. Please, look here. Rigathi Gachagua is already, the Kalonzo team stood with Rigathi Gachagua during impeachment. Let's go through here. So Rigathi Gachagua has a right to support Kalonzo. So if you want the elite, I'm talking about the elite. Locals have no problem. By the way, locals have no problem with Rigathi Gachagua either.
Which locals?
But we are representatives of the locals.
Okay. No, let me
we are representatives of the locals.
I think Victor is giving so much time.
No. Let me finish. I'm more or less my point. 95% of the Luo Nyanza have no problem with either Kalonzo or Gachagua. But let me tell you,
based on which data?
Gachagua has a right to support Kalonzo.
Okay.
Now, I don't know why. Then the elite of ODM should then support Kalonzo without conditions or feelings.
Thank you.
Simple. I don't know what the problem is because why do they have a problem with Gachagua supporting Kalonzo? They should support Kalonzo.
Let me ask you, call your horses.
It's very simple.
Does Gachagua have a right to senator, governor, and the woman rep in Nairobi?
Gachagua
by
said,
supporting Kalonzo.
Good.
Plus 16
Listen,
MPs.
This is what he said. He said, as a party, your party, you should come and, or rather, further the interests of your party. He said, DCP has a right. And by the way, let me repeat it today for record. We are going to field candidates just like any other party.
You know, when he talks about the elite,
yes,
there is no, as an MP, I'm not an elite. I represent the downtrodden people in this country.
2%.
The people who live in, when you talk of Kibra people, these are people, the low cadre of people. And that is where I belong. I'm not representing the elites. So I represent the aspirations of the people of Kibra. And I talk on their behalf. I had just said, he's very selective on what I say. I said, as a presidential candidate, Kalonzo should come out. Yes. And let people see. Let him remove his
very
gloves.
well.
Yeah.
Let's agree.
Yeah.
It sits very well.
Let him come out.
But
and so that Kenyans can see that he's a presidential candidate.
We need to see him more.
But not to wait that he's being supported by Wamunyoro. No. That he is sure that Wamunyoro will bring the people for him.
Victor.
What is the problem? If Wamunyoro decided to bring votes for him.
You know, in politics, because he is not a member of parliament, you are not given. You go for it. We are not seeing Kalonzo going for this thing. People are just saying, he's saying that they agreed in a boardroom that he should not field candidates. Yet, they want to support him as a presidential candidate.
Without candidates?
Without candidates. Why would they not cede ground? Why would they not cede ground for Kalonzo as their presidential candidate to field candidates in other constituencies? And by the way, as ODM, we really respect Kalonzo. That is why, even now, the deputy minority leader in a parliament is from Wiper Party.
Yeah.
Boy.
When you go to the Senate, it's the same thing.
It is you who's opposing Kalonzo.
So, we are saying that us as ODM, we have a lot of respect for the Wiper Party, and we are still working with them. But we are saying, we are now looking as presidential candidate. We are saying that Kalonzo himself cannot sit and wait for people to give him precedence.
No, who is waiting?
Let me ask Mike. Mike, the political dynamics. Okay, they've spoken about 2013, 2017, 2022. But the political dynamics, again, based on Baba's demise, is most likely to change.
Yes.
A situation where they said, Rigathi Gachagua said that ODM should have a discussion with him, or if they don't want, they should have a conversation with Kalonzo Musyoka. What's the possibility? Wiper talking to ODM or ODM talking to...
Before he talks,
Yeah.
you know, big rivers cannot join small rivers.
Hold that again.
And
I have two
pick
holes
that.
on you.
How can the ODM, the biggest political party in
ODM,
East Central Africa,
The
to join a
ODM
6 months old?
ODM
invites
is
you?
a
Again,
strong
they are on
party.
DCP again.
ODM is a strong party, but a strong party with Raila. Raila is not there
Very
anymore.
good. Thank you.
So ODM is not the ODM we used to have with Raila when Raila was alive. Right now, even Wiper is bigger than ODM today as we sit.
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
ODM, Wiper. Forget about the number of seats, the dynamics of politics with the leadership. Kalonzo is
What
leading.
parameters do we use to judge a political
So we have
party?
a presidential candidate,
You know, look,
and
that
you
is
are
the parameter.
and you agree it should be.
From what I'm getting, a party is stronger with a presidential candidate.
No.
So now that what if ODM had a presidential candidate today?
Okay.
So it will be bigger than Wiper?
Oh, definitely.
Okay.
Okay. Not the number of seats in Parliament or in the Senate and the county
Somebody,
assemblies.
But Victor, before...
somebody's telling me here. Mbai, you had the chance. Somebody's telling me here. Why again is Mbai against Kalonzo? The people who are watching this.
No,
wait.
he has brought it
No.
He's the one who has told me that issue.
The people who are watching this show are seeing as if Mbai and DCP are against Kalonzo.
He is the one who has brought up that one here like now.
I think.
He has cooked it here like now.
No, wait.
He has cooked it like now.
Wait. What I'm saying is this.
Are you against Kalonzo?
Now,
Are you against Kalonzo?
look here.
No.
Actually,
Are you against
they are
Kalonzo?
twisting it because they know we have already supporting Kalonzo, and they don't want to support. They want. They're
From the
trying to tell us-
discussion, from the discussion you're asking.
Why do you have a
From the
problem
discussion
with
you're
us
asking.
supporting Kalonzo?
From the discussion you're
Why do you
asking.
have a problem?
From the discussion you're asking.
Oscar.
And it's not one-off thing. The discussion between Kalonzo in united opposition and where he sits in united opposition and the verbal attacks or the verbal talk of Gachagua, the party leader of DCP, for example, of taking the entire Nairobi. Tumesema na Kalonzo, Nairobi yote ni yetu. Tumesema 50% of government ni yetu. What they want to do, they are supporting Kalonzo, lakini they are looking at a situation where they can hold him captive when he gets
That's
power,
not good.
within or without. From whatever he's discussing, you can really see it in him that they support. They have a problem because they don't have a presidential candidate. They have nobody to fill. That's why I told you dynamics allow, because they don't have a presidential candidate. Even as an ODM, and what we are discussing now at the ODM is a small party, this is because we are lacking what? A
presidential
substantive presidential candidate. Same problem here. And then I told you that because of dynamics, what we have today, the rise of Kalonzo, that was the question you asked. And you can see where DCP is coming. And whatever Mbai is talking about is exactly what Gachagua is talking about. That 16 seats, members of parliament, 16 out
In
of...
Nairobi.
In Nairobi.
Out of 17.
And even those by-elections that Orero is talking about, that he never fielded candidate.
Call me Mwalimu Orero.
Mwalimu Orero is talking about, probably, in this boardroom discussions,
Yes.
they forced Kalonzo not to field candidate. You know very well, for example, in Kariobangi, I know that constituency very well. In Kariobangi, the boy who passed on, the MCA who passed on was called Monove.
Akamba, yeah.
Who died, and he was independent before he died. Get me right?
Yeah.
But the person who was running after him, his own brother, did so well in that campaign, but was not supported. So practically, probably, Kalonzo was forced just to agree. Because of our vote.
No,
You know, they're bullying people. It's bullying because of the problem. The problem, Mike, is happening here. Somebody has probably 6 million votes that he claims. I have 6 million votes in my basket. So he's using the 6 million votes to bully other candidates, even within the united opposition. You know very well that before Kalonzo became a presidential candidate, they had Matiang'i, whom they had a problem with. And they told Matiang'i must go back to Kisii and form his own political party to come and discuss with us.
Yes.
Now they're saying, Kalonzo also, when we are uniting with you, one of the questions Nairobi forgets all these positions, blah, 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 and give us 50% of government. Bullying because of the claim.
The numbers.
The numbers. That's right. And this is what Mutai Ngunyi talked about the other time. What was it? The tyranny of numbers. The tyranny of numbers. They're putting people with the tyranny of numbers.
Let me just for 1 minute, Orlando.
1 minute.
Just
I've undressed him.
No.
Even if you give him chance, he will
wait
say
a minute.
nothing now.
2-3 things. One, it is on record, and the Honorable Kalonzo Musyoka and the Rigathi Gachagua have said they are working as a team towards Nairobi.
Too many conditions.
Wait. It is very bad for him to insinuate that Kalonzo was outmaneuvered in the issue of Karimangi. Please, I'm asking, outsiders, keep off family issues between family members, cousins, and in-laws. You cannot come and pretend to know what happens in the bedroom. Wait a minute.
He's talking
that is wrong.
Wait.
Is it public domain?
No.
I cousin.
And now they have come with the cussing. You know this.
I cousin.
No, please. Number two, the other issue. Honestly, I'm asking. That thing was clarified, and Kalonzo is saying, "Why are you shouting more than me?" Rigathi Gachagua was talking about me, and it was clarified because the 16 positions is out of the united opposition.
So let me ask you.
But it's good to clarify. No, this is important.
No, he didn't talk of united. He said the DCP will have 16 candidates.
No,
United opposition.
it was clarified.
Governor, senator,
We don't need to clarification.
It was Gachagua to clarify, not Kalonzo.
And we are saying we are not asking. Please let me clarify for the purpose of national unity.
You've been clarifying and clarifying.
We are not
Let me ask
asking
you this question.
ODM.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, we are not asking ODM to join the united opposition. It's a partnership.
Lakini ambia Gachagua
We are
pia
coming
akue
to talk
mpole.
as one. This is nobody.
Mwambie akue
Kajwang
mpole.
said, Kajwang said this at the funeral, that Kalonzo will love you so much, we like you so much. The problem is the friends you keep. This mouthy Gachagua who talks about, he doesn't even know. He doesn't know decorum.
Everywhere.
He shares even within the opposition.
Let me say
The
this.
same problem.
Allow me just
The way he
just
talks
a minute, Terry.
does not seem good for this country. Forget about Mount Kenya, the country.
Gentlemen,
the country Kenya.
Gentlemen, no. Let me also ask a question. The question is it a bait you're throwing for Honorable Kalonzo Musyoka for 16 seats out of 17? I don't know where Orero is, Mheshimiwa.
You know here.
Will you be among the 16?
Can I answer that question? No, that's my question.
No.
Can I answer?
Is it a bait that Rigathi Gachagua is, yes, I'll support you, Kalonzo Musyoka, but because of the support you're going to give me 16 out of 17, is it even
Don't touch Nairobi.
Victor, please for record, and by the way, this one should end here. The clarification is that 16 is out of the united opposition. That's what he said. And
Who said? Who said?
No.
He didn't say that.
The 16. Wait a minute.
You are clarifying.
Wait a
All right.
minute. Because I'm here to
Okay,
clarify. I sit in
okay, Dr.
You're not
Now that
Gachagua
you have the advantage of sitting in the DCP and next to Honorable Rigathi Gachagua, please give us a black and white copy of what was said.
Let me just
black and white.
No, we
can
can't
run
TV.
it.
No,
We can run it.
no, don't give him that chance. Don't give him that chance.
I know that. I know that.
We can run
You
it.
want to give him a chance to misguide us?
No.
Having in mind, hold it.
Let me say one thing.
Okay.
Mheshimiwa, I
Fine.
don't know why this is
Fine. Dr. You said the governor goes to... Just a minute. No, just a minute. Governor goes to...
Pardon?
Governor goes to DCP.
DCP. 16 MPs,
16?
DCP. MCS, DCP.
Just give me a black and white copy. Just a black and white copy.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Governor, Senator, Women Lab, MPs, MCS across the country will go within the united opposition.
I told you to give him a chance.
That is not what I said.
No, DCP will field candidates everywhere from across the country. DCP will field
Talked about Nairobi.
Let me talk about Nairobi.
DCP am a united opposition.
DCP will field candidates. Wiper will have their own. Then you go and agree.
Yes.
Which will take what? Please let me repeat again. DCP is a party that is supposed to form
Fine.
government.
Fine.
We are going to field candidates everywhere.
talking about
Wiper
the
will do
coalition.
same. Wait a minute. You cannot come
In the coalition,
We cannot
Nairobi
discuss
is
our
run by
bedroom
DCP.
issues.
Gentlemen,
And I'm happy
Dr.
DCP is a subject of discussion 6 months later. I'm very happy to that.
Give it to Victor now.
Let's Victor.
And I think
I'll start with you. Mheshimiwa. And this is going to be like your closing remarks. Go ahead.
Let us not bring a lot of noise here, Doctor.
It is not the ADR. You are talking about.
When somebody speaks,
Go ahead.
you
Go ahead,
listen.
Mheshimiwa.
and you know we have
The knowledge.
the knowledge. When they talk, you listen in the field of academia. But when we come here, we are analyzing. Now, what we are saying, like as in Nairobi, you know, you cannot import your perceived tenets of hypocrisy in terms of political maneuvering in a city like Nairobi. You come and demand that all the 16 seats in a cosmopolitan city, where we have all tribes, we have Kikuyus, we have Kambas, we have Luos, all the tribes are in Nairobi. In Nairobi, we don't do our politics the way he wants to do the politics. Here, everybody, like us, I lead a cosmopolitan constituency. I treat them equally. I cannot come and say that here, all my MCAs must be this tribe. Even in Kibra, people think that all the MCAs, we have even the Kamba MCA, we have a Kikuyu MCA in the Kibra constituency. So we cannot come and dictate the kind of people that we are going to elect, and they must belong to this political party and this tribe. We must live here in a cosmopolitan city and know the kind of politics we bring here. We are not going to bring politics of shares.
Okay.
Let me add on to what he's saying.
Kindly.
Like Nairobi sits today, the way Kalonzo sits so pretty around the presidential candidate, Babu Owino sits very nice as the future governor of Nairobi, within the majority of people in Nairobi. Forget about the tribe. Babu Owino sits very well today. And you talk and you listen to people, and everybody, even me, I like the chap. So that is why it's cosmopolitan. We are not talking about even Akamba being the governor of Nairobi. Wakamba ni wengi hapa, Waluya ni wengi, Wajaluo ni wengi. Lakini, you see, like somebody, Babu Owino now, today, is the best seated future governor of Nairobi. Why? It is not about tribe. It's a cosmopolitan city. So we look at it, the way Kalonzo as a Kamba sits very well as a future president of this country. And we all sit together and say, Kalonzo Akosao.
Kalonzo Akosao.
Yeah.
Okay. What I'm saying is that I think the share business is now coming very clear about this Gachagua person. Because the problem that he had with William Ruto about shares, and that made them part ways, is the same problem he's now brought to the united opposition. He's talking about sharing. What you do, I'm advising you now, as a person, go and sit down, wacha kugawa kwanza, win the position kwanza. Precisely. After winning government, then see what you can do. But if that's sharing before you win, it will bring commotion even within united opposition. And that is why there is a lot of mistrust around united opposition today. The only problem that the incumbency has, the only step that the incumbency has, the incumbency knows who is the presidential candidate and probably the deputy presidential candidate in the UDA, William Ruto and Kindiki. The biggest problem that we had, and I'm advising you because we were once there, where we went wrong with Raila Odinga for the last 5 elections. We had two problems always. One problem was primaries, party primaries. We always broke away after the party primaries. And the choice of the presidential flag bearer, we always broke out when we have problem of dealing with who is becoming our flag bearer.
Okay.
When we won into, when Raila Odinga said Tosha, Kibaki Tosha, it is the united opposition that went and beat Moi, and only because Raila said all the rest Kibaki.
All right, Tosha. You've had that bet.
Yeah, I had it. So, by a few seconds, just to say, please, I want to urge the ODM elite to support Kalonzo Musyoka unconditionally, without feelings. Legazi Gachagua has a right to support Kalonzo, so please support
with conditions.
Also unconditional, without saying why is Gachagua supporting Kalonzo. Finally, I want to say this for avoidance of doubt. Every party is formed to win seats. We are going to go for all the positions in this country. Wiper has a right to do so. Then you come together and agree who takes the lead in which area. That is what is going to say. The only thing constant in this country for now is one-term movement. That is the only constant thing.
The gentleman speaking is Dr. Peter Mbai. Doctor, where did you sleep over the weekend?
You didn't sleep.
Did you allow the weekend?
He has not slept.
He's frustrated.
I've been Nakuru. I've been on the ground.
But you saw the frustration.
I'm on the ground. I don't know why DCP is calling so many. Shiva, 6 months.
Secretary
All
Planning
the 6 months.
and Economic
DCP,
Affairs.
everybody is talking
At
about
the end of the day, at least Gachagua where he is,
Next to him is
ametusikia.
Oscar Mondi.
He has
and
had.
Mheshimiwa Peter Rero, thank you so much for coming, Mheshimiwa.
Why don't I say hi to Kibra people?
Time is up. Hi. Michael Buya, thank you so much. Gentlemen,
Not at
I
all.
appreciate it. Asante sana.
Thank you for
Take a
having
break.
us.
Coming back with Achola. Sing that.